There is a level of wealth where the price of a car is no longer a factor. When you reach the pinnacle of the global elite, you aren't looking for transportation. You are looking for a statement. You are looking for a sanctuary. And for over a century, two names have stood as the gatekeepers of this high-altitude world: Rolls-Royce and Bentley. One represents the spirit of ecstasy, a silent, wafting palace on wheels where the outside world simply ceases to exist. The other represents the winged bee, a brutal, muscular expression of grand touring, where power and prestige collide at 200 miles per hour. But these two icons weren't always rivals. For decades, they were siblings, sharing engines, chassis, and even assembly lines in a marriage of convenience that defined British luxury. Today, however, the gloves are off. Owned by German titans BMW and the Volkswagen Group, they are locked in a multi-billion-dollar arms race to see who can claim the title of the best car in the world. Is it better to be driven in the silent isolation of a Rolls-Royce Phantom, or to take the wheel of a Bentley Continental GT and feel the surge of a W12 engine? Is luxury about the absence of noise or the presence of soul? Today, we are going deeper than the leather and the wood. We are dissecting the engineering, the heritage, and the sheer audacity of these two brands. This is the ultimate luxury battle. This is Rolls-Royce versus Bentley, the origin of the schism. To understand why a Rolls-Royce feels like a yacht and a Bentley feels like a jet, we have to go back to the beginning. In 1904, Charles Rolls and Henry Royce met in Manchester. Royce was the engineer, obsessed with perfection, silence, and reliability. Rolls was the aristocrat, a daredevil, an aviator, and a salesman. Their goal was simple: to create a car so reliable it was the best car in the world. This gave birth to the Silver Ghost, a car so quiet that people thought it was powered by magic. Bentley, however, was born from the dirt and oil of the racetrack. W.O. Bentley was a man who believed in there is no substitute for displacement. His cars weren't meant to waft, they were meant to win. The Bentley boys of the 1920s were wealthy playboys who raced these massive, roaring machines at Le Mans, winning 5 times in 8 years. Ettore Bugatti famously called Bentleys the world's fastest trucks. The turning point came in 1931, during the Great Depression, when Rolls-Royce purchased a struggling Bentley. For the next 67 years, Bentley became the silent sports car, often just a Rolls-Royce with a different grille. But in 1998, a chaotic bidding war erupted. BMW wanted Rolls-Royce, and Volkswagen wanted Bentley. The divorce was messy, but it was the best thing that ever happened to the consumer. It forced both brands to rediscover their DNA. Architects of silence versus architects of speed. When you step into a modern Rolls-Royce, you are stepping into the architecture of luxury. This is Rolls-Royce's proprietary all-aluminum space frame. It isn't shared with any BMW. It is exclusive. The philosophy here is waftability. The suspension is designed to be a magic carpet ride, using GPS data and cameras that scan the road ahead. The car adjusts its dampers every millisecond to ensure you never feel a pothole. You aren't driving over the road. You are levitating above it. Bentley takes a different path. Under the Volkswagen Group, Bentley utilizes the MSB platform, shared with the Porsche Panamera. Some critics say this dilutes the brand, but the results say otherwise. Bentley's engineering is about active luxury. Their 48-volt anti-roll system allows a 3-ton car to corner, like a sports car, while Rolls-Royce hides its technology to maintain a sense of effortless grace. Bentley celebrates it. The engines define the soul. Rolls-Royce stays true to the V12. It is a 6.75-litre, twin-turbocharged masterpiece of torque. It doesn't scream, it hums. Bentley, until recently, championed the W12, a compact powerhouse of an engine that provides a relentless surge of power. A Bentley wants to move you physically. A Rolls-Royce wants to move you emotionally. The sanctuary of the cabin, craftsmanship beyond measure. Inside these cars, the word standard doesn't exist. In a Rolls-Royce, The leather comes from bulls raised in high-altitude regions of the Alps. Why? Because there are no mosquitoes at that altitude, meaning there are no bite marks or blemishes on the hide. It takes 17 hides to complete a phantom interior, and every single stitch is done by hand. The wood veneers are book-matched, meaning they are mirrored perfectly, so the grain flows seamlessly across the dashboard. Bentley's interior philosophy is diamond-in-diamond quilting. It is a geometric obsession. Every diamond in the leather contains exactly 712 stitches. The knurling on the switchgear is inspired by the texture of fine jewelry. Bentley interiors feel more like a high-end cockpit, intimate, tactile, and driver-focused. Rolls-Royce interiors feel like a Victorian drawing room, open, airy, and minimalist. Then there is the Starlight headliner. Rolls-Royce uses thousands of fiber optic cables to recreate the night sky on the ceiling of your car. You can even request the stars to be aligned exactly as they were on the night you were born. Bentley counters with the rotating display, a three-sided centerpiece that flips from a high-tech touchscreen to a trio of analog gauges to a clean veneer panel. It is the ultimate expression of choosing between the digital future and the analog past. The philosophy of the drive, chauffeur versus pilot. The biggest divide between these two is the seating position. If you own a Rolls-Royce Phantom, the odds are you are sitting in the back. The rear privacy suite is a masterpiece of isolation. With the touch of a button, the glass between you and the driver turns opaque. You have your own champagne cooler, your own infotainment, and lamps will floor mats so thick you want to take your shoes off. Bentley, even in their flagship flying spur, is a car for the person who loves to drive. The steering is heavier, the throttle is sharper, and the exhaust note is designed to be heard. Bentley owners are younger on average than Rolls-Royce owners. They are the entrepreneurs who want to feel the power they've earned. This leads us to the Black Badge and Mulliner divisions. Rolls-Royce created Black Badge for the rebels, the titans of industry, who want their luxury with a dark, aggressive edge. Bentley has Mulliner, the oldest coach builder in the world, capable of building entirely bespoke cars like the Buckler, where the wood used for the dash is 5,000-year-old. Riverwood pulled from British peat bogs. The price of perfection, depreciation and value. We have to talk about the money. A base. Bentley Continental GT starts around $240,000. A base. Rolls-Royce Ghost starts around $350,000. But no one buys a base car. Once the bespoke options are added, the custom paint, the rare hides, the personalized tread plates, the price easily climbs by another $100,000. However, the depreciation curves are vastly different. Historically, Rolls-Royce holds its value better because of its sheer rarity. They produce fewer than 6,000 cars a year. Bentley, being part of a larger group, produces significantly more, nearly 15,000. While a Bentley is a better performance value, a Rolls-Royce is often viewed as a store of value. Much like a piece of fine art or real estate, the electric frontier, Spectre versus the Beyond. The battle is now moving to the silent arena. Rolls-Royce has released the Spectre, the first ultra-luxury electric supercoupe. For Rolls-Royce, electric power is the ultimate fulfillment of Henry Royce's dream, total silence and instant torque. They have already committed to being fully electric by 2030. Bentley is taking a more measured approach with hybrids, like the Flying Spur hybrid. But their Beyond 100 strategy also points toward a silent future. The challenge for Bentley will be, how do you maintain the soul of a racing brand without the roar of a W12? For Rolls-Royce, the transition is natural. For Bentley, it is a reinvention. At the end of the day, comparing Rolls-Royce and Bentley isn't about which car is objectively better. At this level of engineering, both are flawless. It's about who you are as a person. Are you the person who wants to be shielded from the world? Do you value the silence, the tradition, and the effortless waft of the spirit of ecstasy? If so, the Rolls-Royce is your sanctuary. Or are you the person who wants to engage with the world? Do you value the heritage of Le Mans, the feel of the leather-wrapped wheel, and the surge of a twin-turbocharged engine? If so, the Winged Bee is your calling. One is a palace. The other is a powerhouse. One is for the passenger. The other is for the pilot. But both represent the absolute zenith of human craftsmanship. They remind us that in a world of mass production and plastic, there are still places where good enough is an insult, and perfection is the only acceptable standard. So, if you had $500,000 burning a hole in your pocket today, which key would you reach for? Would you choose the ultimate isolation of the Rolls-Royce or the ultimate performance of the Bentley? Let me know your choice in the comments and tell me why. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of ultra-luxury, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We are going to continue exploring the assets, the brands, and the lifestyles of the world's most elite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.